Oh boy, guys. Okay, so we finally have it. The trailer and the FEH channel for Choose Your Legends 5 is here. I actually waited a little bit for the trailer to drop before covering this stuff. So, I did watch the FEH channel before, so I have a bit of a head start on what the units are actually going to do. But, of course, for a special video like this, we got to go full screen. So, let's just get right into it. Choose Your Legends 5, probably the most hyped banner of the year. So, let's see what they've got for us. Okay, we're starting things off with Marth, the Prince of Light. Okay, so Marth, they explained in the FEH channel that he is wearing Henri's attire from the first king of Altea, which I guess makes sense there, but I don't know. I'm a little bored by the fact that they made him a sword unit. I was hoping they would have did something a little more interesting with Marth, because it's obvious he's always going to have a sword. I would have liked it if they maybe gave him an axe or a lance or something. And a lot of people predicted that he may have had his sister's attire and then maybe had like a staff type weapon or something, which also would have been pretty interesting for Marth, but looks like they just played it safe and made him another infantry sword type unit. Okay, sure enough, drawn by Kita Senri, one of my favorite artists in the game. Okay, so Genesis Falchion, we have 16 might and 1 range here, effective against dragons, accelerates special trigger. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats up 5 during combat, and also grants effects based on the total value of bonuses on the 3 allies with the highest bonus totals. So I don't think there's a range restriction on this effect here. It's just whichever 3 allies on the team have the highest total bonuses, he's going to be granting, or he's going to be gaining these possible effects here. So if the total bonuses are greater than or equal to 10, he's going to gain null follow-up. If the total bonuses are greater than or equal to 25, he gains an additional attack up 5 during combat. And for every attack that he lands, he's going to get back 5 HP. So a nice little sustain effect there. I really like it when weapons have this sustain where for every hit that they do, they get back health. It's a really good one. And then we also have, if the bonuses total or are greater than 60, he gains Vantage, which is pretty interesting. So this weapon is, needless to say, pretty ridiculous. Look at all the effects this guy gets. He's got all stats up 5, -1 special trigger. He gets null follow-up, he gets Vantage, and he gets recovery, and another attack of 5. Like, come on. Oh, did I forget to mention he's effective against dragons? Like, holy effects, Batman. Okay, next up we have Shining Emblem, which is his unique special. 2-hit cooldown. At the start of the turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants unit all stats up 6 for 1 turn, and grants allies within 2 spaces of unit attack up 6 for 1 turn. And also boosts special damage by 35% of unit speed, and after combat, if unit special triggers, grants all stats up 6 to unit and allies for 1 turn. So, it's basically just an upgraded version of Fire Emblem. Instead of doing +4 to all stats party-wide, it does +6. And it even comes with the start of the turn bonuses as well, which is really solid. And the same 35% damage based on speed, which is very good. So, a very strong 2-hit special. Now, this is where things get interesting. So he has distant pressure in the A slot, and the icon here looks like distant counter, but is this going to be an upgrade to distant counter, like an actual skill upgrade, where it's going to cost more SP to learn this? I wonder, because that's really going to affect Arena. If, let's say this is possibly a 450 SP special, that has some really huge implications for Arena just by default, because you got to run the highest scoring passives in that mode. So I really hope they didn't make a boo-boo and make this 450 SP. But knowing them, they probably did, because they want you to replace distant counter on everybody with this to score higher. Either way, a unit can counterattack regardless of foe's range, and at the start of combat, if unit's HP is above or equal to 25%, grants speed up 5 during combat. But after combat, if unit attacked, deals 5 damage to unit. So you get distant counter, speed up 5, and 5 chip damage. it's not a straight upgrade to distant counter in every scenario, but on the speedy distant counter units that like to run dodge effects for damage reduction, this is definitely going to be a good option for them. I guess Fallen Ike would be a good example, as well as the Ninja Hana and Ninja Z-Hark and stuff. Basically, anyone that's fast with this encounter is going to like it. But Marth in particular, because he gets back 5 HP with each attack, and this doing chip damage is not really ideal for distant counter, because you don't really want to be taking chip damage when you're a bait unit. But for Marth, it's not going to matter that bad, because he gets HP back anyway. He also comes with Spurn and Even Tempest. So a very powerful base kit here. And, I mean, as ridiculous as this guy looks, I think he might be the weakest unit on the banner overall. So just prepare your butts for what we're about to see next. Okay, so we have next up the Brave Erika. She is going to be a Lance Cavalry type, and I actually really like her artwork here. She's basically just wearing her brother's clothes. And I know Erika's a naughty girl when it comes to Ephraim, but dude, I really hope she took those clothes to the laundromat first before wearing them. Okay, regardless, let's take a look at what she's got. So, Binding Regen Left, we have 16 might, 1 range, and effective against armor and cavalry. Basically as good as it gets in terms of effective type damage. So, Accelerate Special Trigger, effective against armor and cavalry, like we just said. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is above or equal to 25%, grants all stats up 5 during combat, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30%, and also if if unit initiates combat, neutralizes effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks. Okay, so we have here -1 special trigger, all stats up 5, effective against armor and cavalry, 30% damage reduction, and half of null follow-up. So, super player phase based weapon right there. Very powerful stuff. Luna as the special. Okay, Surge Sparrow. So, once again, it looks like they're possibly power creeping a tier 4 passive. So, what is this? Going to cost 450 SP? And then you got to upgrade it from Swift Sparrow 3? I really hope not, but just looking at the icon there, it looks like that could be a possibility. Alright, regardless, if unit initiates combat, grants attack and speed up 7 to unit during combat. And also, if unit deals damage to foe using a special, restores HP equals to X% of unit's max HP, where X is equal to unit's max special cooldown count value times 20 plus 10, up to a max of 100. Interesting. Okay, so you get all this recovery back. Special cooldown count value times 20. So Luna has 3 hit cooldown. So 3 times 20 would be 60 plus 10. What is that? 70 recovery? I don't think it's going to be that high, is it? That would just be insane if it is, but... Okay, I'm totally doing the math wrong with this. I don't think you're going to recover 70 HP, because if you would, that's just insane. Like, needless to say. Alright, regardless, let's keep going here. So, Moonlight Bangle enables Kanto. Already, this is insane for a cavalry unit. I said this earlier today, but any unit that has built-in Kanto is absurd with defense. And then she's also effective against cavalry and armor types. Like, she's going to be insane. And I remember in the FEH channel, she was the first unit they revealed, and I thought she was going to be the best unit on the banner. Up until we saw a certain somebody, but we're going to keep a secret that who that person actually is. Okay, so Kanto neutralizes units' penalties that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. So she disables guard effects, which is good. Deals damage equals to X% of foe's defense when special triggers, where X is equal to unit's max special cooldown count value times 10 plus 20. So, I mean, already, let's say her special cooldown... Let's say she doesn't even have a special, right? Okay, actually, let's not say that, because I think she needs to use a special for this to even trigger, right? Okay, let's say she had Moonbow. So, 2-hit special, 2 times 10, which is 20, plus 20. What is that, just 40 free damage? Like, there's no way she's doing 40 true damage on a special like this. That would just be outrageous. So I'm sure I'm making a mistake somewhere here with the calculations on Surge Sparrow and Moonlight Bangle. But you guys in the comments, let me know if I'm getting this right or wrong, because otherwise these numbers are just like funny numbers here. It's like Monopoly money. Okay, we have Attack and Speed Menace as well for the C slot. Very good. I mean, she's nuts. She's bananas. What else is there to say? Wearing your brother's clothes enables maximum Emoto powers, it looks like. Alright, so who's going to be next? Oh, we have her stats as well. I guess we can talk about the stats. So, Erika's got 39 HP, 62 attack, well, -6 from Attack and Speed Menace. So, what is that? 56 attack, and then 42 speed, 28 defense, and 24 res. Let me quickly check if I missed Mart's stats. I might have. Okay, I guess I didn't. Alright, they showed his stats in the FEH channel, so if you guys saw the FEH channel, you already saw his stats. Okay, so next up, we have Marianne, the first place for the women's. And, dude, Marianne is not a thick mama like this. I don't know where she got them hips, but, bro, they drew Marianne extra thick. Like, what's going on here? Was not expecting that type of art from her, but here is Dancing Marianne. She is a colorless infantry tome. So already that's really good. The track record for colorless tome units in this game is basically that they're all insane. So Phantasm Tome. We got here 14 might and 2 range. Grants speed up 3. At the start of combat, if foe's HP is above or equal to 50%, inflicts speed and res -6, and neutralizes foe's bonuses to speed and res during combat. And also, if unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 70%. So, she's a dancer, but she has a very player phase-oriented weapon here. So, I wonder, what are they trying to allude to with the 70% DR and inflicting speed and res -6? Is she actually a dancer that can fight? Let's find out. So, Requiem Dance, 3-hit special. If unit initiates combat, after combat, grants another action to ally with the highest HP within 2 spaces that has already acted. And it's excluding unit, only once per turn. And allies with Sing or Dance can be granted this effect as well. If multiple units meet the conditions, effect will not trigger. And if an ally is granted an additional action this way, inflicts gravity basically on that ally and their pair-up cohort. Okay, so Marianne is able to dance without actually dancing. So you're free to have her attack somebody, and then after she gets the KO or after she's done attacking, if she triggers her special, she's going to dance the nearest ally in 2 spaces that has the highest HP. So pretty powerful effect right there. I mean, being able to dance without wasting your action on dancing. So, essentially, she can attack the foes, get the KO, and then dance a unit that way. It just gives you more options and more actions during the turn. So, it's the equivalent of having a Gale Force Wings of Mercy dancer where they would swoop in with Wings of Mercy, they would attack, activate Gale Force, and then go for a dance. And in that way, you would get 2 actions out of your dancer and your other unit. But Marianne is like skipping steps over here. She doesn't need to use Gale Force. She just attacks and dances right away. So, very interesting unit with Marianne. I want to see her in action a little bit, but I can totally see some pretty interesting combos with her. We have Attack and Speed Unity. I guess sort of an awaited skill, but I feel like Attack and Res Unity and Attack and Defense Unity are still pretty strong anyway. We got Null Follow-Up and Times Pulse. I'm going to tell you right now, probably want Wings of Mercy on this girl, so just keep that in mind. Alright, let's take a look at her attacks there. I really like her attack animations, by the way. They did a great job with the artwork on this banner. Really good stuff. Okay, and then we see her granting Dance and Gravity to Lysithea over there. Now, here are her stats. So we got 38 HP, 54 attack, 44 speed, 17 defense, and 35 res. Keep in mind, her weapon grants speed up 3, so basically 41 base speed. Still pretty solid. Okay, now, nothing to report. Yeah, that basically says it all. Except there's like a million things to report about this guy. So, Gatekeeper, the long-awaited, and I gotta say, this is my favorite artwork in the game. This is my favorite unit in the game. This is my favorite everything in the game. This guy, like I said, I thought Erika was the best unit on the banner because they revealed her first, up until we saw this. So, man, can we just talk about this art for a second? Look how good this is. It's like straight out of a manga panel, man. This is so good. And then I love the doggo behind him. Just to prove that Gatekeeper is a good boy, they put a good boy right in his artwork to go with him. Very amazing. They made him a green tome infantry, which I was not expecting. I thought he was just going to be a lance type, but dude, making him a green tome is very interesting. Very good stuff. I love it. I love this guy. He's the greatest. Okay, Charging Horn. We got 14 might and 2 range. Grants defense up 3. Grants attack and speed up 5 to allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit during combat. Bruh. Like, Peony just died inside. This is Peony times 10, basically. Look at this effect radius, dude. 3 rows and 3 columns, you're getting attack and speed up 5? Like, what the hell? What is going on? That's so good. And then grants effects to unit during combat based on the number of allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit. So, if greater than or equal to 1 ally, inflicts attack and res minus X on the foe during combat, where X is equal to the number of allies in the area times 2, for a max of minus 6. As if the attack and speed up 5 everywhere wasn't good enough. He does minus 6 everywhere to attack and res on the foes. Okay, sure. If greater than or equal to 3 allies, foe cannot make a follow-up. Now, I mean, the stats are already one thing, but now he gives you an impact effect too? Like, dude, you can't make this up. Why is he godly like this? He's just, like, way too godly. If unit is within 2 spaces of a structure that a foe can destroy, number of allies in the area is treated as 3. So, that's it. It's over. He's the best support unit in the game by a mile. If you're using him in Aether Raids, that's always going to activate. Like, every single time. Any structure that a foe can destroy, that means obstacles, walls, pots, Aether pots, all of those count. And as long as those are in 2 spaces of him, he's going to get his full passive no matter what. Now, there's also no restriction here. Meaning, let's say you have 2 Gatekeepers on the team, or 3, or 4, or the sky's the limit. So, let's say you had 6 Gatekeepers. Does that mean you just get attack and speed up 30 in 3 rows and 3 columns, and then inflict, what is this, attack and res minus 36? Like, what the hell, man? Is that how he works? I really hope not, because if that's how he works, dude, you not only do you take him with the free pull of the free selected 5-star, you also spark for him. And you summon to get like 6 copies or some shit, man. He is on another level. Okay, then we have Karch Command Plus, sure. Close Reversal. If foe initiates combat, grants defense up 5 to unit during combat, and unit can counterattack regardless of foe's range. Keep in mind, there is no chip damage on this, so it's just straight up better than Mart's version of Distant Counter. It's just straight up better than Close Counter. Like, any unit that had Close Counter would rather have this now. And once again, I really hope this is not a 450 SP passive right there, or else Arena is going to need some more finessing of your units to get maximum score. Okay, Detailed Report. So the homie finally has something he wants to report. Foes within range of 1 cannot move through spaces adjacent to unit. Does not affect foes with pass. So he gets Obstruct, which is very powerful. I mean, considering all the support that he's already doing, having Obstruct is really good. And then foes within range of 2 cannot, or foes with range equal to 2 cannot move through spaces within 2 spaces of unit. Dude, so he gets super Obstruct against ranged opponents, which is even more brutal than this one up here, where melee type units cannot move through a space adjacent to him. This is really goddamn restrictive, man. I was talking about how the safety fence is going to change offense for Aether Raids. All of a sudden, Gatekeeper just coming out here like Gandalf, you shall not pass. Like, goddamn, man. And it was at this point that I realized he was the best unit in the game. Foes cannot warp into spaces within 4 spaces of unit. So, dude, he counters Wings of Mercy. So that's it. Gale Force is dead. You can't run Gale Force strats in ARO anymore. Hit and run is still a thing because with the fence you can attack and then get out of the way, but bro, if you're trying to Gale Force and kill the foes in 1 turn, that's not going to cut it. Gatekeeper is legit. You shall not pass. You can't do anything about this with Wings of Mercy. So, yeah, he is not only the best unit on this banner, I think he's just the best unit, period. Possibly the best unit in the entire game, and that is saying a lot, just judging by how crazy the power creep has been. And he comes with Joint Drive defense, which, I mean, it's good, obviously. If you're running multiples of him on the team, like I said, this is actually going to get pretty nasty. But, dude, I really hope that you only get this effect off once from one Gatekeeper. Otherwise, all hell is about to break loose. Alright, so we said a mouthful. Let's just chill out now and take a look at his animations. I love his attack, by the way. Look at that. That's the best attack animation in the game, and homie is just rocking out there with his horn. I love it. I love everything about this. I love this banner. I love Gatekeeper. I cannot wait to summon 1 million copies of him. So, yeah, definitely look forward to that. Banner is dropping tomorrow at reset, I believe. And I will be summoning, of course. Now, we're also going to be able to spark up to 4 times on the banner. So, I think that's the same amount they gave us for Choose Your Legends 4. So, 4 sparks, but not only that, you're also going to be able to get whatchamacallits, the thingamajigger. What's it called again? Oh, man, I can never remember what it's called. They're going to show it right here. Yeah, so the Celestial Stone, you're going to be able to get 4 of these if you spark every time. Honestly, I would say with the free pull that you're able to get for one of the 5 stars, I would say take Gatekeeper, and it's not even a question. Unless you don't care about the meta and you just want to go for your favorite, then by all means, go for your favorite. But if you care about obscenity, then definitely take Gatekeeper with the free pull, and I would say spark for him as well on the banner. You may want to pick up a copy of Brave Erika as well. She seems pretty insane. But as far as Marth and Marianne go, I think they're like, obviously they're very good, but they don't feel like must-haves to me in the way that Gatekeeper and Erika do. So that's going to wrap us up for my thoughts on Choose Your Legends 5. Very historic moment that we're getting the boy Gatekeeper in all his glory. Man, Aether Raids is going to be a funny place the next couple of days. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who do you think is the best unit on the banner? Who do you think has the best artwork on the banner? And who are you going to take for your free pull? Let me know all of those things in the comment section down below. And this is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, fellas. And I will catch y'all again on the flip side.